Thursday the 5th of December. Dark out there, as you can see. We have parked up on a farm overnight near Toaster, or as I once called it, Toastester, and everybody laughed a bit. We've been entrusted with the keys to the farm for the night, because everybody went home quite late last night, but it was quiet. So I've been and opened this gate up in front of us. You can see it. All I have to do is ride up close to this and it'll all light up. And then I'll drive to the other side, close the gate behind me, hand the keys back, and then we can get going. We're going to Milton Keynes this morning for our reflection. Just get through far enough so the gate will come down behind me. Picking up all the horse feed once again. And we've got a bit of the morning really. Anyway, I'm going to go and lock the door and I'll be back in 2 shakes. Some main beam on. I don't know if you can see this on the left of us. I don't know how well that would come up. The farmer that lives here, his dad is a welder, and he makes metal chains, like metal link chains. And there's a couple of them along this driveway, and he used to used to make farmers' chains, and he once decided that when he made a chain, the next one would be bigger than the one that he made before. And these things must be about 3 feet high now. Each link is about 3 feet high. And the way, I think he said 3/4 of a ton. Each link weighs about 3/4 of a ton. We'll see if we can get the next one. This has to be one of the best laid out farms I've ever been on. And they've done all the work pretty much themselves. You can certainly see his father's influence in the farm, all the gate and the lock and everything. And everything just fits absolutely perfect. Very, very clever. Very, very clever man. It's just a shame it's dark and you can't see the full effect. Right, it's there. Hang on, let's just come back. Let's see if we can see it. It's on my right. I'm just going to come back a bit. I don't know if you can see that or not. This one here has got, I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's just turn my camera a little bit towards it. I don't know if my torch will reach it. I don't know if you can see it, 2019 written on part of it. And you can see all the chain links. I don't really go back any further. And I know the farmer's about to turn up, so I don't want to block him in so we can get a bit of light on it. See that? Good, isn't it? If you can see it. And a little bit before it with the bells. Awesome. Anyway, better concentrate on what I'm doing. Put the camera back in some kind of a position where you can see. One Mercedes, pick a gear. But that whole farm was just laid out absolutely perfectly. Amazing. So yes, we are off to Milton Keynes now. We're on Route 5 today, which means we're going to be going back to that fateful place where I had the accident. Oops, trying to sort the camera angle out. That's about alright. Yes, we're going back to Red Hill. And again, it's a 2-day run all over the southeast England, down towards Canterbury. And in the morning we've got one near Tunbridge Wells. That has to be there between 6 and 8. So I think we've got 3 drops today. They're all alright. And then we've got 1 drop first thing in the morning. And then, I don't know, work our way back towards home, hopefully. This will wake the neighbours up. This is the way I came in yesterday, so I know we're alright. Another couple of weeks, this will all be covered in snow, I bet. Already starting to frost over. Thank you very much for all the comments on the video I did Tuesday. I got that one uploaded yesterday morning. Really appreciate all the comments, taking your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. There is a little thing that pops up at the bottom right of the screen at the end of the video, so you can subscribe using that, or of course you can just click on my name and subscribe down the bottom somewhere. Give me a share, join me on Facebook. The link is in the info part of this video. And all my videos, and all the music that I play throughout my videos also appears in the info bit. And to make life easier, and I know it's a bit lazy, and I do apologise, but I've listed all the tracks that I use in my videos in the info bit. And basically I've got, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so tracks that I use throughout my videos, and I just keep kind of revolving around them. And as I add new tracks, I do add them to the list. So if you like some of the music, at least you can go and find it. Most of it's either YouTube tunes, whatever it's called, or bensound. I use bensound quite a bit. I wonder if that's the farmer heading to work. Could be anybody. Patty Shawl, I don't know. So we're going to be doing a left up here onto the A5, Watling Street. Pretty much follow that all the way into Milton Keynes. We'll catch up in a bit when the sun comes up. Oh, once I've woken up a bit. Right, catch you in a bit. Oh, right, that's the collection done, and there's my door open. Oh, I've not got my seatbelt on. Need to drive around the block and pick up the paperwork, go and weigh ourselves out. Oh god, that was cold out there. Drive back round and then we have to go back round again. Drive round the building to the weighbridge and then we go in, collect the paperwork, sign our life away. And then we can get on with the day. First drop's going to be Billingshurst, which is about 3.5 hours, something like that from here. So a good run down, and then we've got Red Hill, and then somewhere else. I don't know where the other, oh, where the third one is now. But anyway, we do them 3, and then we park up for the night, and then we've got the other one in the morning. Wind the window down, see where the wheels are. Can't hardly talk. Okay, right, I'm going to go and sort my paperwork out. I'll be back in 2 secs. Okay, so Billingshurst, which is the first one, and it's down towards Brighton kind of area. See which way it's going to route us down. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. So yeah, about 3.5 to 4 hours. We're going to need a break before we get there, so we'll work that out as we go along. Time now is 8:20. We'll just spin round here again, and then I think my good lady wife will be ringing, so I'll probably have to disappear and answer the call once I've found me earpiece in my pocket. There it is. Once we get round and out of here, I shall switch the cameras off whilst I say good morning to my good lovely lady wife, and then we will catch up a little bit later on. It's gone a bit foggy. I don't know if you notice this lorry up here on the right, it's a container. That's how they load in the back of them when they're not on a loading bay. A big ramp goes up to the back of the lorry so the forklift can get up and down. Weighing in at 40 tonnes at the moment, just under 39,850 or something like that. Nice and heavy. We managed to get fuel yesterday, so we'll be alright for today at least. Might need to fuel up on the way back tomorrow. Stand clear. So we're at Milton Keynes at the minute, just on the outskirts of. We'll work our way down to the M25 and then south of London towards Brighton. Pick up the roads for Billinghurst. It's not a bad run down actually. Trialing camera behind us. But for now, see how we get on. Bit of a different view. It does create a bit of extra work, especially for my laptop. I think my laptop's starting to creak a little bit. And it certainly creaks a bit more when it's processing too lots of video. Down. So the load is all strapped up and secure. We're pretty much double stacked all the way back, apart from the very two back ones. If we get a chance, I might just take the camera out with me a bit later on. Not promising, but we'll see what we can do. Just the usual, as soon as you get there the forklifts are climbing over you to get you unloaded. So I've always got the time to set a camera up. But we shall try. Love you and leave you for a bit. I'll have a crack with the wife and I shall come back shortly. Ta for now. We're down on the M25, or just coming onto the M25 from the M1. We're going to be heading round towards Heathrow. There's two lanes here, left for Stansted and Dartford and the right for Heathrow. But if you stay in this left lane, it does split off and give you an extra lane for Heathrow. And it's worth doing that because you'll see a lot of traffic coming down on the M1, leave it right to the last minute to come off and onto the M25, and they'll cut across in front of you. And if you're in this right hand lane, then they'll come up the inside of you and cut in. So just for the sake of a few seconds, it's worth just sticking to that left hand lane. Just keeps everything a bit safer. We're 66 miles away, about 2 hours. A bit of traffic on the M25, no doubt. We'll be going round to the west, following the M25 all the way round. Just take it nice and easy around this corner. Roads are a bit wet and we are heavy, so I'm not going to tank it round the corner. Probably hear how heavy it is by the tone of the engine and the fact we're not picking speed up very quickly. It's been a busy old morning actually, traffic wise. Oh, yawn. Excuse me. It's 9:45. We've just got down onto the M25. It's taken an hour and a quarter to get down to the junction. Look at all my gauges, everything's alright. What do you think to this extra camera then? The view's light yet, I can't see it. I won't see it until I put the video together. friend Cy Williams, who passed his test a little while ago, has now started at Maxi. He's on his 4th day with them. So far so good. He's out on his own now. Probably starting to realise it's quite a fast-paced job, and being a new driver, new to the industry, new to all the rules and regulations that you now have as a driver. Well, not that you now have, that you have as a driver. All the tacho rules, when to take breaks, where to take breaks, stuff really that more experienced drivers probably take for granted, like how long it takes to get from one place to another. Because I've been on the road for so many years, I can look at a map and say it's going to take this long to get there. You kind of work things out in your head as you go along. And you'll get there, Si. You will get there. Just give it some time. It's probably feeling a bit inundated with information, I would say, at the moment. But you'll get there, break it down day by day, one job at a time. And as we always say, take the rough with the smooth. I think most of us that work aren't keen on getting back to the yard. Anything you have to do in the yard just seems to be hard work. I like to be out the doors and then crack on with my day. You always feel kind of pressurised when you're in the yard. And they don't want to see you kind of hanging around. They just want to see the back end of your truck disappearing out the gates. Go on, Mr. Tipper. 47 miles an hour in this lane isn't really good enough. Thank you, Mr. Duff. Especially doing 47 miles an hour. Wally. Anyway, it's not very exciting on the M25, so I'll probably just do a bit of a time lapse round so we get a bit closer, and we'll see you in a bit. Ta-ra for now. break. The reason for that was we've been on the go for a couple of hours now since leaving Milton Keynes. 2.5 hours or so. We're still an hour away from Billingshurst. And we don't want to be going over our 6 hours between the drops at Billingshurst and Red Hill for our working time directive. So it also means we've only got a half-hour break to take a bit further down the road. Helps to refresh your eyes, just take your eyes off the road for 15 minutes. But it leans in your favour because it helps you with your working time directive and the first part of your driver's rest, which you can split. You can split that 45-minute break in two. Your first break can be 15 minutes or longer. Your second break has to be a minimum of 30 minutes. And then your 4.5 hour drive time starts all over again. So actually stopping for 45 minutes can be quite hard sometimes. You can't always find somewhere where it's convenient to stop for 45. Most places that we deliver to anyway, you can kind of get away with half an hour. Once you've been unloaded or loaded or whatever, half an hour's not too bad, but 3/4 of an hour seems to be pushing the luck a little bit. So I always try and get a 15-minute break before I get to my first drop. That helps with working time directive, and it also helps with your driver break, your 45 minutes. So there's Stevie tip for the day. I think I said before, thank you for all your messages, your comments from Tuesday's video. Nice to see some new names amongst you. A bit later on today we'll do a few shout outs and answer a few questions, and if the cab's as tidy as it is now, we'll do a quick show around the cab. Behind the scenes a little bit more. If we have time. If not, it might be a little project to do next week. Even though I'm not going to be doing on the road videos, I might be able to squeeze a video in the cab without all the gumph that's in it from the cameras. We'll see. We shall see. For now, we're 23 miles. We're about 3/4 of an hour away from Billingshurst. Pretty much follow the A24 all the way down. Quite a nice road down actually. There's a few roundabouts to cope with. That's alright. There's new trees there. Planting on the left. So although my load is well strapped down using both ratchet straps and internals, my load is separate bags of horse feed, pony feed, sheep feed. So you can't always strap it completely because they are just single bags of feed, but I'll do it the best I can. But I'm very aware that if I go round corners too quick or brake too hard, there is the possibility of some of the bags kind of slipping around a little bit, because they're just plastic bags at the end of the day, and the way they're loaded, they kind of load them on top of a plastic sheet, and they can be quite slippery. So I do all I can do to prevent it, but I think really the only way you could actually properly secure it is if you had like a netting to go over the top of everything, but then all the pallets are at different heights, so I don't know what the answer is with that one. I'll do the best I can do, and I've never lost anything yet, nothing's ever moved. I'm not going to speak too soon. And in fact, some of the places I go into, they actually say to me, blimey, this stuff's normally all over the place by the time we get here. I don't think it would ever go far, it would just kind of slip forward on top of the pallet in front, or maybe slip sideways onto the pallet next to it. But, they do wrap them, they wrap them with cling film or whatever it is they use, and I always use 2 straps per pallet, plus a ratchet strap if I really need to. And they're not particularly heavy, they're just awkward kind of thing. Anyway, I know what I mean. We'll love you and leave you for a bit. We'll switch on again as we get a bit closer. There's not a lot to talk about along this stretch, and I could do with concentrating a bit. So we'll catch up in a bit. See you in a bit. Not too far away from Billingshurst now. To the Mole Country Stores again. Roundabouts to go. This is normally quite a busy little place. I'll get there, just a couple of minutes. Time now is 10 to 12. Has been a 3-hour journey drive time anyway to get here. It's been quite busy with the traffic. I can't remember what time we left Milton Keynes now. It must be 3.5 hours ago, I would imagine. So it gives us an hour and a half to get to Red Hill. I think it's about an hour from here. So I'll either have a half-hour break before I get there, when I'm there, or when I've left. Be one of the three. See how I feel when I get out of here. Mole Valley's just Mole Country Stores just ahead of us. Drive round and they will unload us in front of the shop, usually. Well, that your van?
No, my car's over there.
Oh, is it? Okay. I'll let you go. This is going to be interesting. Anyway, right, I'll be and leave you for a bit. Right, well it's 1:15 and we've just left Billingshurst. Got round there alright in the end. Had to put a couple of shunts in just to get it round that corner. Move a few Christmas trees out of the way. And now we're off to Red Hill. And then Canterbury. The Red Hill is where I had the little bump a couple of weeks ago. Meh. I've all been fixed up now, so we'll try and keep it as it is now. It's a bit later in the day as well, so hopefully we won't have the volume of traffic like all the school traffic. It was around about 8 o'clock in the morning when that all unfolded. There's a fire engine. I don't know where you're going. I'm going this way. There we go. So 24 miles, about an hour. And then we're down to Canterbury from Red Hill, and I can go and get some fuel at Canterbury. So 20 to 2, gonna have to have half an hour break. O'clock-ish, just after, maybe between 4:30 past at Canterbury. I shall go and get some fuel once I've dropped off. There's a filling station literally a couple hundred yards up the road, and then I don't know, need to find somewhere to park up. I reckon if I park up at the services on the M25, I reckon I'll be about an hour up the road in the morning then. An hour to an hour and a half. We have to deliver between 6 and 8. I can't for the life of me. Heathfield, that's it. Heathfield, up near Tunbridge Wells. But you've got to deliver before 8 o'clock. And I like to get there between 5:30 and 6. No, sorry, between 6:30 and 7. Don't know where my head was there. And that gives you enough time to get in, get unloaded and get back out again. That's another awkward one. I suppose all these stores now are going to have Christmas trees all over the place, so that can make life interesting. Never mind, we'll sort it. I will leave you with a bit of a time lapse for the rest of the journey, and we'll catch up once we get to Red Hill. Yes, this is the same way that I came in last time. I'll point out where it all happened very, very shortly. It's definitely less traffic on the road and not as much of in a hurry as what there was a couple of weeks ago. We've got a left-hand turn coming up, followed by a right-hand bend, and it was on the right-hand bend where it all kicked off. So you've got to kind of get right over to take this corner, which is tight enough, and as you can see you've got to be going really slow to take that corner so you don't take anything with you. And then this right hand bend just ahead of us, which kind of requires you to go very slow anyway. And I got to just here and the guy came pirouetting down the road, went straight into the side of me, just there. Thankfully today we're alright. Just got the rest of the road to deal with. Just take our time. Definitely not the best of roads. People just will not slow down. To look through the trees and the branches and the shrubs. I can see there's a car coming up on this corner. Just take our time. I've yet to work out if it's easier to reverse in. Yeah, you just come right up to me. It'd have been much better. There's a big wide bit where that car is. If it had just stopped to let me come through. Oh. I don't get it. I really don't. And that car just pulled out of that junction without looking, and then realised I was there. This is what you have to deal with, folks, every day. There's already a lorry in Mole Valley, so I think what we will do sit here for a minute. Right, there you go. Alright, so. Alright, thanks. This man's going to watch me out. What I need to do is just bring my trailer towards the way I want it to go. Pull up, come around the corner a little bit. Keep an eye on me, man. Go. Oh, and on with the day. So that was the second drop. We've got Canterbury left. We'll get back around this couple of corners again to get back out onto the main road. It seemed easier going this way. Last time I was here, but there we go. Just got to keep an eye on them. They will not slow down and they won't stop. But that's okay. Let's just straighten my camera up a little bit. It's gone a bit on the wonk. There we go. Has that gone on the wonk the other way now? So I can see there's a van coming round the corner. I'm just going to give him time to come round. And there's another truck, so we'll just sit here for a sec. Here, nice and gently, because even though they can see me coming round the corner, they will still just keep coming. And my trailer's right across the road on that corner. So it's about 2 hours to Canterbury from here, so 4 o'clock-ish. Although with traffic it might be nearer to past. This is the fateful corner. I'll take it nice and easy. There we go. Where we had a tight left-hand turn, we've now got the opposite way, round to the right. Again, we don't know what's going to come round this corner. Nothing lovely. So we shall go. Oh, I'm glad to be out of there. Almost out of there. We've just got this little bit to go down by the hospital. As well, I don't know if you can see it or not, but down to the left of me is a bit of a gully or a ditch, whatever you want to call it, and it's about 2 feet deep, so I don't want to be in there. Potentially that could roll me over. Back on the better roads again. So 2 hours back to the M25, around the M25 a little bit, and then pick up the road for Canterbury. fight our way through the centre with all the traffic, and hopefully we'll get delivered. So even that car just powered on through instead of just holding back for a second or two. It's just ignorance, really. Sometimes as a driver you've got to think for other people. Not sometimes, all the time. But there we go, all the fun of the game. It's going to be dark when we get there, and there's not an awful lot of room in this yard either. Here. I swear to God, these traffic lights always change to red when I come through, same as all the other ones. To everybody, that probably looked like I went through a red traffic light. Nope. No, sorry, it was on green when I got to it. So the plan is we get to Canterbury, we do the drop, and then we need to find somewhere to park up. And then we need to be at Heathfield for between 6 and 8 in the morning. We'll aim for 7. I've done 5 hours driving today so far. By the time we get to Canterbury, that will be between 7 and 7.5. That could be anywhere up to 4:30, and then we'll try and find somewhere to park within about an hour of unloading. There's quite a bit of stuff on actually for them, so once we've got unloaded we can scoot off. I'll see what I'm like for fuel, because I may well have enough just to keep going rather than killing time tonight, and because I'm not sure 100% where I'm going to be parking as yet, I may not want a full tank of diesel where I end up parking, so I reckon I'll be alright for diesel. As long as I've got over half a tank, that should be enough to get me back tomorrow. But I can always fuel up along the way if I need to. I try not to fuel up on a Friday, because all you want to do is go home on a Friday. Because normally it's really tight for time on a Friday, you never normally get enough time to actually fuel, unless you absolutely have to. So we'll play that by ear. Can't stand these traffic lights with the grills over them, because you can't see the colour of the lights. You can with them, I think they've been lifted up. Anyway, here we go. Brand new car. would have let him out, but he's going to be driving really, really slow because he won't know where anything is. And we've got a mission. So this is Red Hill, and we're very, very close to Gatwick Airport. As you probably saw on the way in. Was I recording then? I think I was. I don't know. Something like that. Move over. Right, we shall love you and leave you for a little bit, and we'll catch up when we get a bit closer to where we're going. Well, that's another day over and done with. Quite a long one that, but still quite enjoyable. Did quite enjoy myself today. Done a few miles. We parked up at Canterbury at Mole Country Stores, and just thought we'd go through a few messages and give a few shout outs. So we'll start off at the top. James Marriott. Jackie and I like your little bits of tips and information about driving. Take care and drive carefully. So thank you very much both. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Trying to share, trying to help other people that might be interested in coming into the industry, and also maybe help those that have been doing it for a short while. Assad, thanks for the upload. Another great video regarding your wiring taken out. Is it worth fitting a plug where you can just unplug your wires when you need to? Have a good Christmas and Happy New Year. Same to yourself. There's just stuff everywhere in here, to be honest. I mean, even at the back here, this cam. I've got a wiring harness kind of built in with all the different cables that I use, and they're all to the right length to go into the various plug sockets. It's in the Merc, so it's easy enough to take out and put back in. It's just a bit time consuming, that's all. When I finish on the Friday, not next Friday, Friday after, I think, yeah, next week on Friday, anything I can do just to help get stuff out next week and the week after, because obviously I'm away Monday to Friday, so next weekend is the only time I can get stuff home without it being in the truck, because then it's for real, everything's stripped down. So good idea in theory, but just can't do it, unfortunately. SF Green. When I first went on the road in 1972, there was a charge applied after waiting, I think from memory it was 40 minutes. The charge was called demurrage. Yeah, I've heard the word. I think it does still apply. It certainly should do. I mean, yesterday I sat for nearly 6 hours waiting to get loaded. Just ridiculous. And as I always say, got to take the rough with the smooth, but from a company point of view and making money point of view, that's absolutely rubbish. Should never be. So thank you for taking the time for leaving a message. Does a Jeep, great vlog, thanks. I live 2 miles from Bewley, and the Lymington drop that I went to was called Scats. Yes, indeed it was. Mole Country farmers took over all the Scats shops, from what I understand, quite a few years ago now, I think. Yeah, I don't quite know what happened or what the reason was, but I know all of the stores were Scats. I think there was maybe 16 or 17 that they took over. And Chris Shaw, nice to see you back. I will get to watch it later. Hope you enjoyed it. Always good to see your name pop up. And I can never pronounce your name. Ian Griffiths. I know you're going to shout at me, because I know you spelt it out phonetically for me. Nice to see you've uploaded again. I know I've got a couple of messages that I need to reply to you, and I will do. Just been a bit busy, a bit hectic for the last couple of weeks. Montgomery Mall. If you're watching this one, you commented on one of my other videos, quick trip over the Humber Bridge. Curious about what the drive was like across the bridge. Well, there you go, now you know. That's about it for now, so thank you very much. I'll just refresh that just in case any last minute ones have come in. Don't forget to like the videos, subscribe to my channel. I've noticed there's a lot of people watching the videos, but they're not subscribing, so you either think I'm rubbish or you're forgetting to subscribe. There will be a link in the bottom right, I think it is, picture of me. If you click on that, you can subscribe, or of course you can just do it the ordinary way. So there we go, thanks very much. This will probably be the last video now until the new year. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Have a fantastic new year. Stay safe, keep safe, look after yourselves, and we shall see you in the new year. All right, I might do a couple of videos over the next couple of weeks, but it will just be kind of around the cab, hand holding. Oh, go on then, quick look around the truck. It is dark in here, so I don't know how much you're going to be able to see. Let's see, I'll put some more lights on. Has that made any difference? Yep. Not really. Okay, well, that's the bed end. Up on the wall there is the infotainment thingy, so you can open your sunroof, switch your lights on and off, turn the music on and off, volume up and down, and turn your cab heater on and off. Moving around the back, we have the GoPro up on there. I've got a couple of shelves on there with some bits and bobs in. Air duster up the top, hard hat or bob cap, whatever you want to call it. And then we come round, got the tachograph that's lit up just in the corner, and next to it there is a screen. I don't know if you can make it out or not. That's for all the cameras that's located all over the place on the truck. Up the top here, I keep my laptop, my hard hat in there, munches and stuff in there, microwaves up in there, all my water, wet wipes are in there. There's another little cubby hole just in the top there. And then as we come down and around onto the floor here, I've got my inverter with a multi-way adapter, so I can have my kettle and what have you plugged into that. My laptop plugs into there. That's wired directly to the battery terminals in the fuse box, which is just above where you put your feet in the footwell there. Then we come round, we've got there is a storage drawer just there, if you can see it where my foot is. Keep all my paperwork and bits and bobs in there. And then around this side, this is in night mode by the way, I've kind of got stuff everywhere, but underneath the bed there's the fridge. Oh, it's fridge freezer actually, with all my goodies in there. And then you've got a massive pull-out cupboard under here as well, that I keep all my teas, my coffees, or whatever else I need to keep in there, all my camera bits and bobs. That's about it. Exciting, isn't it? Have a look round. Just got a whole ton of rubbish on my driver's seat. Stuff for tomorrow. And that's it. Good to go. The bed is bigger than the one that was in the Volvo. It's wider and it's longer, so that's a bit more comfy. And also at the pillow end you can actually raise the pillows up. There's part of it that you can grab hold of and lift up with like a ratchet, so it will stop in a certain position. Then you lift it all the way up and push it back down again when you're done. Well, there we go. That's the inside of the cab in night mode. We'll try and do it again at some point in day mode so you can see. There we go. That's your lot.